is Virginia Hemly Chabra, and we are here in a pear orchard on Randall Island in the Sacramento River Delta. And my family has been growing pears since, I think the first trees were planted in the 1870s. Greene Hemly is a grower, packer, shipper of pears and apples, which means that we have the orchards, we have a packing house, which is my main responsibility, and then we have a cold storage facility that we ship the pears and apples out to grocery stores. Most days in the packing house are all kind of variations on a theme. The fruit comes in either that day or the day before, and we take it out of the big bin that it comes from the field in and clean it up and sort it according to grade and size, and then we put it in a little box ready to go to retail. It's tough to tell from the outside, unless you have a branded sticker on the piece of fruit, which we don't yet. It's tough to tell on the outside where our fruit is. We have fruit up and down the state and throughout the country. The organics, you tend to find them in Whole Foods and Raley's and places like that. The conventionals, you will find them more in Safeway and Ralph's and that sort of thing. COVID has made some things easier, interestingly enough. It's just made everything else different. It's much harder to read someone's expression through a mask. So hand gestures are a lot more important. Clear communication is extremely important. I can tell you exactly whose diction needs a little work because you have to get close to hear them, which kind of gets rid of the point of physical distancing. My main responsibility is making sure everybody goes home safe and that they feel comfortable at work. And we have a company policy that you are not allowed to work at Greene Hemly if you have had any COVID exposure without clearance from a medical professional. With the powers that be who know a whole lot more than I do can say that you are not at risk for transmitting anything to your coworkers, then absolutely you can come in. Without that, no, we're not going to risk other people's safety and we're not going to risk their peace of mind because it's not worth it. Everything else COVID related, aside from the obvious masks, has been heightened levels of cleanliness and surface sanitation. We're a packing house, we deal with food, so everybody's pretty used to you're supposed to wash your hands a lot. So none of that changed. But the plastic barriers between sorting tables and at the lunch tables and the sanitizing schedule for all of that was an added wrinkle. What I think has helped people to feel a little more comfortable is seeing all of management and ownership following the same rules. I work with my parents. I obviously see them a lot. I saw them a lot before COVID. I see them a lot now because we're in the office together all the time. Even though we are blood relations and we have been together almost every single day this year, regardless, we still wear masks during our meetings, when we're in the office, when we're talking together outside, because those are the rules of the company and we can't ask anyone else to do something we're not willing to do. In COVID, the worst part of it really is not getting to see my sister-in-law as much as I realized I'd become used to. Sarah, my brother's wife, is the founder of Hemly Cider, and because of physical distancing, I have been mostly at the packing house and she has been mostly at the cidery. We don't do that much talking and interaction about business stuff, except that we do. And she's smart and she's driven and she puts out a good product. And I hadn't realized until I saw her last week how much I missed seeing her every couple of days. So you don't get the same level of interaction through text or email or even on the phone as you do just kind of leaning up against a bin of pears talking about it.